So my question that I especially when it comes to groups, right? There are certain conversations that I think people don't really do themselves a benefit if they don't have those tough conversations of, okay, if for whatever reason, let's say we don't necessarily, break the group up or whatever. Let's just say we move. Let's say, some of us get married or maybe we get our kids and we start traveling or whatever the case may be. Like, are those any kind of things that you guys have talked about? Like, have you guys kind of talked about like how to share the workload, how to share like different things, like just those kind of things already?
So we haven't gotten to the specifics yet. The one thing that we did do was that we're close to, well, we're not super close, but I mean, like, we've gotten to know one of the youth leaders for a different, he's like in Tampa. And we asked him, the first thing that we asked him to do is if he could be our manager, kind of like help us out with the workload kind of thing, individually and then together. So he's helping us build up that brand. That's the closest thing we talked about to anything specific, but we never actually had like sat down and had that conversation. But one thing we did talk about was that we're going to be kind of like indie tribe, so it'll be like, we're still like, we're a group, but we're still independent, so like if you
Okay.
want to do something independent, you still can do something independent, but occasionally we'll come together and make like let's say a project or like, a mixtape with a collective of songs, or like a music video with us three with features and stuff, so it'll be like something like that, but we do have to have that conversation. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is. It's just good to have conversations, especially up front, because the first thing you always want to make sure you protect is your relationships, right? That's first and foremost anything, and I think again, especially any of us who are a little older and have gone, through all the different like boy band breakups and all these different things or whatever, and of course some of that stuff is just wild, but some of it is just conversations that they didn't have, and it wasn't until later on that it was like, oh man, we probably should have had it, and then I wouldn't have taken it that way had I thought of it that way. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's a lot of different things. I know, and I am by no means I am 100% for having a team. Again, is why I want anybody who is like, yo, I love the Switch team. I'm always here anyway in the chat. I want to help out. Like, yo, come on board because we got plenty of work to do. But at the same time too, though, it is good to have those conversations. But it's also good to just have certain expectations put out, right? Because I think, and you said you're married, correct?
No, Joseph is married.
Oh, Justin married. Okay. So you had a girlfriend, right? So especially in those relationships, a lot of arguments tend to be had because of false expectations. Rather, it was nonverbal cues or assumptions or whatever the case may be. And so, like Jay said earlier, having that open communication is definitely crucial, but even more so in a group because those expectations can start to weigh on somebody if they feel like they're being expected much but aren't verbalizing like, hey, this is kind of where I am right now. And of course, you guys are all
Sure.
boys, so you can have those conversations, but